problem. I think America's way out of this problem is we got to get down on our use of oil. All the drilling in the world is not
that is not something that's going to happen overnight.
Oh, it's not going to happen overnight, but I'm just saying these wells aren't going to be drilled overnight. New wells being drilled right now will be 10 or 12 years before, if we lease them, before they'll be drilled. So what I'm talking about is we're going to deal with this problem, and people are right, we should have been dealing with it a long time ago. If we're going to deal with this problem, we're going to have to do something about decreasing our use of oil. And by the way, a lot of the oil that we drill sure goes offshore. I mean, I remember when we put the last recovery.
It's all fungible market.
Exactly right. It's all fungible markets. So the idea of the American, but the offshore drilling is like it's going to help America because we're going to pay lower prices. We pay the same price for oil no matter where it comes from.
John, what happens because of the 6-month moratorium on additional oil drilling in the Gulf? What happens as a result to the industry?
Well, what happens is in the immediate term, nothing happens because these wells are predicted for 2011, 2012, and beyond. But if we don't get back into drilling, it's not going to be possible to catch this up. I think the rigs are all going to leave the Gulf, so the so-called 6-month moratorium is going to be more like 18 months to 2 or 3 years. That's going to leave less oil available, which is going to result in higher consumer prices. And if the Democratic Party and its positions on this don't take note, consumer prices could change the political landscape faster than an oil spill would change the political landscape. So I think the president is wise to keep this thing limited to what do we need to do to fix the current problem so we can get back to drilling.
Senator?
That's what the oil companies have been saying for years. That's why we're on the spot we're in right now. Don't make any changes. Don't do anything that's going to cost you the pump. We should have cut down our use of oil a long time ago. 1978, we had the lines at the oil. We didn't do anything. A lot of it, the oil companies there. I was there. 1973,
well, Senator,
and the oil companies were involved in every one of these decisions about how we move in terms of alternative energy sources.
And Becky, in terms of your concern about looking forward, as once we get past this, we ought to be taking a look at everybody else's contingency plans. We had a board member of Exxon Mobil on CNBC the other day. I wished you guys had asked him how their plans are better. John, if we had the time, I'd love to know. You guys pioneered deep water drilling in the Gulf before any of these guys did. I'd like to know how Shell's plans are better, contingency plans, than these guys.
I think you start with the engineering design of the well. Yeah. And I think we'll find out that the engineering design of this well was not up to standard, not up to snuff. You have to go through every step of the process and think about how do you reduce risk at every step along the way.
Did you know how your wells were drilled at Shell?
I knew in general how they were drilled, and I knew the risk assessment process of what was taking place.
If you know, then Tony Hayward should have known. I applaud you.
All right. Gentlemen, I'm sorry we have to leave this conversation here, but we'd love to have you all back soon. Jeff, John, gentlemen, we appreciate it. And the senator's staying with us.